So down here at Willow Park Fishery today, and it's pretty cold. In the van on the way here, I think it said -3 or something like that. They had thick snow yesterday and there's still quite a lot of it on the ground. We've opted to fish the middle lake and half of it is still actually frozen. So we'll try our hardest, see what we get, and hopefully get a few fish on the bank. Right, so the bait I'm using today is the SLK. For hook baits, I'm using the SLK boosted bottom baits. They're high attraction and I'm just trying to get a quick bite. I'm using these with the SLK stick mixed with a little bit of the bait soak just to stodge it up a little bit, and just making small little sticks just so it's a nice little mouthful for the fish if they come across the bait. And if we get them going, I've got some SLK 8mm boilies just to put over the top, just to put a little bit of feed out if they do want to feed. If not, I'll just stick the fish in little singles and little mesh bags, just trying to get bites at a time. Right, so these are the rigs that I'm using today. It's a barbless only water on here, so I've obviously got a barbless hook on. Got the SLK boosted bottom baits, tipped with just a little bit of wafter. It's just for a sight attraction more than anything, just a little bit of colour. If the fish are cruising around and they see a bit of colour, hopefully they'll home in on it and I'll get a bite. It's just on a combi rig, tied up with a bit of fluorocarbon with the all-bright knot, just to a bit of soft coated braid, just so it's got a bit of movement around the hook area more than anything. And then all I'm fishing on top is just one of the little SLK sticks, hooking it on before I cast out, and then that's it. Right, so down here at Willows, I mentioned that we're fishing on the middle lake. There's actually 4 lakes over here that you can actually fish. You've got a stock pond outside the shop, which has sort of like roach and carp and anything small, sort of if you're starting fishing. You've got the match lake, which again holds carp, not very big carp. If you're looking to go on the pole or a bit of feeder fishing or float fishing, it's good for that. We're here on the middle lake, which has got quite a good head of carp. It's got quite a few doubles and high singles, nothing too big. And then the big lake, which is obviously the specimen lake, is about 10 acres in size. I think there's about 300 to 400 fish in there, over 30 pounders, a couple of them, but a good stock of high doubles and 20 pounders, which is good for a good bit of sport. On the big lake, I've done quite a lot of time on there before. I've had quite a few of the fish out. I wouldn't say I've had all of them, but I've had, I think, over 100 different fish out of there now. I've had the princess fish, which is one of the nicest looking fish in there, at 27 pound. Another couple of mirrors at 28. Lots of commons, back up 20s. They're very nice fish in here. I think in a few years when they get a little bit bigger, Terry can safely say that it is home of the fully scaled, because the majority of the fish out of there are fully scaled fish, and they're lovely fish, and I love catching them out of here. Well, we're just looking in the edge. I've put some bait in down the edge, and next thing, the middle rod has literally just ripped off. Happy days. I started to think that it wasn't going to happen, and we started to film another couple of little bits and start closing things down, and out the blue it ripped off. So saved the blank. It's my first snow carp as well, so I can't complain. This was taken on the rig that I showed you earlier, along with the SLK bottom bait, tipped with a little bit of milky malt and an SLK stick to go with it. And yeah, this is the result of that. So we waited all day for that first fish. When that fish was in the net, I quickly unhooked it and put that rod straight back out, and this one's gone off as well, no more than 5 minutes later. So it just shows that location is key, and with the right bait in the right area, you can sort of catch them. Nice looking fish, this one. We'll put this one back and see if there's any more to catch before we call it a day. So the day's coming to an end now. Up until lunchtime and early afternoon, it didn't look like it was going to happen. We was pulling our hair out, we was trying all sorts, but we stuck with it and we managed to in the end. Very welcome on a cold day like today. The snow's slowly disappearing and we're losing a bit of light. So yeah, it's going to be pretty much it for the day. It just goes to show that with the right bait and being in the right location, then you can have fish quite quickly, and literally no time at all. We'd put one in the net, I'd unhooked it, I put the rod back out, and 5 minutes later the second one come. So it just goes to show that being in the right location on the right day, you can still catch on days only sessions.